Yesterday was a very historic day in Serbia because we opened the negotiations to join the European Union. The first, I believe it's 2 chapters, but don't hold me to it. I'm not really sure if it is only 2 or 4, but I know that chapter 35 was opened, and we need to negotiate with Kosovo to find some solution until before we become a member of the European Union. And it is a very historic moment because we have negotiated and fought for this for almost 15 years now. You know, it is not a thing like Montenegro or Kosovo got that in like 4 months of negotiations. No, we negotiated for that like 15 years. And after 15 years we actually started to actually negotiate with all that, and it was a very euphoric moment for some people and not that much for other people. For me in general, I believe it is more of a good thing than a bad thing, so I don't really see it. Some people here in Serbia and actually everywhere else see the European Union as a very bad thing. I don't see it as a bad thing. I really see it as a good thing, not because it is politically very good decision or something like that, but more because people here in Serbia are very delusional about what first of all what the European Union means, and second of all, those who are against it, I really believe that they don't have a dose of reality. You know, they still believe they live in the communist Yugoslavia, and you know they are untouchable by anything that happens in the world, or actually by global trade. As a matter of fact, also, you know, it's really most of those people, you know, were like farmers, but not sort of farmers that you know actually work and make something, but some of the, you know, those people who always complain and don't do anything anytime, you know, they just whine about everything, and when there is something to be done they just it's not my business, you know. So those people I would like mostly because of those people or people like that, I would like for us to get in the European Union to make them see for the first time in their life that something else is there is something bigger than them and their opinion, you know. I really think for me as a consumer, you know, the European Union would be a good thing, you know, that I could buy cheaper stuff, because you know here in Serbia the prices are the same, you know, for some foods or meat and everything else. Even though we are one of the poorest countries in Europe, we have one of the highest prices in Europe, because the supermarkets and everything, they have like 30% commissions, you know, the highest commissions in Europe they have, because they can get away with it, you know. There isn't a lot of things that you can do against them, and primarily because of those people I pay the same prices for meat as someone in Germany who has like six times bigger wages than I do. And for me it's a really good thing, you know, if we got in the European Union, because we would be flooded by cheap meat from the West. I would be very glad. I don't really care for people who complain about that, because those people who complain are generally the people that really want their cake and to eat it at the same time. You know, it's really a very specific situation, you know, because you know. One of the other things that I wanted to point out in this video is that even though we started negotiating, God knows when we could actually get in the European Union, but for me it is a very positive outlook on the things, because when you are official candidate and starting to negotiate for the European Union, it means that you are fairly safe for investment. So I don't know, maybe a lot of other companies would open up and actually make new jobs, and I would really like that because I know that there is like a 99.99% chance that I won't find a job when I finish college, because, well, actually there are just two things that two companies that work in the pharmaceutical sector here in Serbia, and it's really grim looking for me, and I would really like that to have more companies, foreign companies that actually need workers, because I would like to find a job, and this would be good for me, for people, actually not just for me, actually for anyone who wants to work, who wants to earn a month's wages and live of that. For those people it is a great thing, because it will finally give us some opportunity, or some chance, or anything. It would be great. It will not be great for people who, like some people who I went to high school with, who are like, yeah, I would like 2,000 euro wages and to do nothing. It is really counterintuitive. I want to be paid, but I don't want to work. And those people are not in the majority, but there are a lot of those people who are always like, yeah, I would like, European wages, but I would like Eastern European style of work. You don't work actually. You are on the job for 8 hours a day and you do nothing. So for those people it is really bad, but for me it is good. I want a job. I want to move out of my parents' apartment, parents' house, may find an apartment, rent one, and live off my work. At the moment I really do work and everything I can get, and it is really sometimes hard, to work few, like 5 jobs, not full time, of course, because the college wouldn't allow me to have full time jobs, but part time jobs, and to work on 5 jobs and still don't make enough money. If I wanted to move out, I still wouldn't make enough money to live on my own. If I rented an apartment with my friend, then I could, but if I wanted to live alone, well, that would be fucked, because I would be fucked. And it would be really good to have a semi-permanent job, because it would be even easier for me or for any student, as a matter of fact, to find accommodations to live in. And it is really, it's not just one thing. It's not just the jobs. It's not just the money, but everything else that comes with that. If you have a even a low paying job, it's still a job. If it's a regular paid job, it is a job. You can more easily get loans to buy houses, to buy anything. Here you can't even get a small loan if you are not. I as a student would probably only could get right around 500 to 1,000 euros if I needed to pay for college, because I don't have a permanent job. And it will, that starting of negotiations will really open up a lot of opportunities for those who want to work and who want to earn money, who want to open up companies and everything. It is not just a small thing, it is a huge thing, especially for a country this small. It is a huge thing, it is a historic thing. We wanted to become part of Europe since we were independent, and this is the first step towards that. First real step towards that, and the first real step that says maybe everything we thought about joining Europe is not that bad on the other side, and maybe just maybe once we will actually see all of the things you people in the West have and see every day, because we are, well, only in Eastern Europe, and time is always 5 years away here than it is in the West. If something arrives in the West in 2010, well, here it is 2015. We are always 5 years late after anyone in the West, and this is our opportunity to for the first time to be closer to the West than we thought it could.